So this is the FlashForge Adventurous 5M, and this is a really cool machine. And this is its grandfather, the FlashForge Finder. It came out a decade earlier. Great machine. I've put in over 18,880 hours of 3D printing into this machine, and it's still working. It's still working for me. Yes, it is. Before this, I had Printrbot. I had 3 iterations of the Printrbot, and I also had a Doodle. So I've been 3D printing for 13 years. Now, most of the 3D prints that I'll show you this week actually came from the FlashForge Finder. Looks pretty awesome. But yeah, this building is really kind of cool. I see it as a corner bakery. Yeah, really very European style type building, but you do see those occasionally here in the States even. So yeah, I really like that building a lot. Really like these chimneys as well. Very nice. Printed off nice. I really like, you know, when you add that brick pattern to, you know, 3D printed part, it's very hard to tell that it was 3D printed with that brick pattern. It has sagging there. That happens occasionally. We can fix that up really easily. It's not that hard. That side's not that bad. Yeah, not that hard to fix that up here. Now, I got the actual building off of Thingiverse, but I added in the chimney myself. You know, you can't have a building without a chimney, so I put that in Thingiverse there. I do all my remixing in Thingiverse, though. I do custom CAD in either CAD 123 or FreeCAD. You got a little chimney, all that stuff. Guys, I'm doing this little tank here for oil, and I'm doing it on the new Adventure 5M. You can see this thing prints like crazy. Now, I actually considered doing, there's an infill, which is the one I'm doing, but I also made one with a cavity in there, you know, with it hollowed out. And believe it or not, it took longer to print the one that was hollowed out than the one that has the grid infill pattern. So yeah, I just went with this. I did this little gas cylinder thing. Look at the ladder and stuff. This is going to be awesome for my little fuel. Look at it go. It's doing now, the whole building part's done. It's going to the roof section next. So it says it's about 50%. Got about an hour left. Yeah, this thing is really going awesome. I really love this 3D printing stuff. It is 2 hours and 15 minutes. And wow, it looks like it's printed it all off. And it just finished printing our farm silo. I made 2 of these. They're the same model. I just scaled them differently. But yes, this will work good. Believe it or not, there's multiple sizes of this that you can make. So yes, another grain silo. Once in a while, I also do these little small details. So these are just some crates that we can use for shipping. Scale-wise, these are actually larger crates that would need to be maneuvered with a forklift. A bunch of bags full of little Scenic details, little crates. You can see I have 2 different size wooden crates in there. Barrels, close to 20 of them. I didn't really count them, so I'm just estimating, but I put them in a little baggie. And yeah, we're going to need a little snips here, a couple little sandpapers there, but for the most part, these are just ready to put in scene and paint on. All right, and here we go. We got a bunch of tents and little boat things. We got this little, let's see if we get the zoom in. Yeah, it looks like it's bluing off here, but it's not. And then we have these little tents. We have this little tiny tent, a little pumpy tent. We got this big family style tent here. And then we have this really cool. Shed. Look at this thing. It looks like a miniature barn. So it's printing now, and it's going to be about the size, a little under the size of a nickel. Yeah, a little shed. You got to have like these little details and like a backyard or a farm to make it look more realistic with an outdoor. Guys, I'm going to do this new one here. This is when I got off of Thingiverse. So every once in a while I find something on Thingiverse. Maybe this was Printrbot.com, one of the two. And it's only 1 hour print, 60 minutes. It's like a little cottage. Really cool looking little cottage type place. This would, if this turns out, this could work really nice as a print just anywhere. What's cool about this one is it's actually printing in the texture. The 3D print. Okay, let me go by. Look at that. The texture is going into the side of the building. Yeah, made it look like there's stones there, and it's printing that. Cottages, various sizes. These are supposed to look like cottages that have been in the, you know, hillside or woods or something for many years. They have the roof are starting to fall off. You can see there, starting to get some damage to the roof. They got that stonework on the sides. Very nice stonework. Look at that. Can't tell it's really 3D printed. Yeah, very nice little sort of cottages that can be put in the, you know, some wooded areas. Here's another one. Very nice. I got both of these from the same person. So these are Thingiverse or Printables or something like that. Somebody's done it, but I think it's going to work really good for my little N scale railroad thing. You're going to put this in a very wooded area, and not going to see very much of them. And I really like how the roofs and stuff are definitely deteriorating. It's really kind of cool. Really neat little structure. This print looks awesome, guys, but I can't get it off the bed. It is stuck on there. So I have pried a screwdriver underneath there. I've been hammering it through. I know it's kind of scarring the print a little bit, but if I can pop it off of there, it's been really hard to lift it up. This up is 1/2 of a lofting shed, so it's not a full lofting shed. So you can see how it overhangs over on this side. On this side it doesn't. Yeah, you can see that I had a little adhesion problem that's really stuck to my bed. So I will have to sand off a little bit of that glue that's stuck to the top. Not a huge deal. But yeah, there's another half to it, so it's going to actually be 2 halves. Lofting shed, very famous in agriculture. So I kind of designed my own thing here. Yeah, they had ones that didn't really work for Kato Unitrack, so I've designed this little thing here. So these will actually print out 8 of them. I already printed a couple and tried them out on the Kato Unitrack, and they fit perfectly. Now I do actually have a Kato Unitrack track bumper on some old layouts, and I looked at them with comparison with this, and it's gonna work really good. So we can print out, you can see 8 of them in 15 minutes. You see how it prints? It prints actually quite slow on these. It doesn't go super fast. It doesn't need to, by the way. Everyone thinks everything has to be printed super fast. It doesn't. And then a little bit closer, this is really, I brought a coin out here. This is a nickel. So you can see the size of a nickel compared to this little track bumper. It's really tiny. And believe it or not, we can print off like 8 or 10 of these in like 15 minutes. We're going to be using it with, and I'm just going to show you on this track. This is a double wide track. But we're going to be using it with the Kato Unitrack. And so this is some weather track. So what happens at the end of the track area is you'll have these little track bumpers. And so what we're going to do is we'll end up gluing it to the track bumper. And when you use PLA plastic, use some super glue. It'll glue right on. But before we do that, we're going to paint these up. You know, we don't want them white. We're going to be painting them either black or a yellow color, and we're going to weather it up and stuff like that. But they are very small scenic details. This is why we need to have that little magnifying glass while we're painting. You really save a lot of time and even money putting together these track bumpers And these little scenic details yourself using a 3D printer. Really pretty cool. Little sort of way station type building, very small, has a flat roof. You do see a couple of these buildings around a town or industrial area, and that's what we're going to try. A rock on plastic, just for the heck of it. It didn't turn out all that bad. I do like it better as a plaster cast, but didn't work too bad. This one here I did on the new Adventure 5M. It's a log cabin. Lots of great detail on it. And here's the first 3 layers. You can see there's a big open cavity in the back there. And then this area here is going to go up into an area where the truck bay can go up into it. Pretty good raw print in the sense that it's just really a shape at this point. We do have a couple roof slices here. We have some billboards for signs all the way around. We have this little area for the truck bay. We're gonna put little ramps up here as well. And then, so it's all hollowed out and stuff pretty much. So, you know, the print time wouldn't take too long. Now this did take forever on my FlashForge Finder. This literally took about 7 hours. Now on my, I'm gonna have another printer coming soon, another FlashForge. It's the Adventurous 5M, but you can see that's not a pretty bad print overall. It will need some processing. I am gonna put some corrugated metal stuff on the side of it that I have. So there will be a little bit of gluing there to get that looking a little better, but yeah, I think it looks actually pretty awesome. And when I get my newer printer, that'll be a 2-hour print instead of a 7.5-hour. You know, so this is one of my first 3D printers that I had, the Printrbot. I actually had to put some of these together, these wooden printers. This is actually not the first Printrbot I owned. This is one of the upgraded versions. So this is, I think, my 3rd Printrbot. So I actually own quite a few of these Printrbot printers. Oh yeah, they were pretty crazy printers. I really had to tinker with them to get them to where I wanted to. This is the auto bed leveling sensor. This was not on the original printer. I've had several different hot ends, several different feed filament areas, several different stepper motors. Yeah, I've gone through a lot of different iterations of this 3D printer by Printrbot. Once I learned a lot about 3D printing because of the Printrbot, but I was more frustrated than anything by the time I went through all the different iterations of 3D printing with this. I was really pretty frustrated. So that's why I got the FlashForge Finder. And ever since I moved to the FlashForge Finder, Printrbot pretty much went out of business. It didn't stay in business too long. Hey guys and gals, here's some more stuff I've been working on. This is the fire station. I actually printed this not on this printer, but it's newer, the newer one here, which is the Venture 5M. So that actually printed on there. This thing looks gorgeous. Now I got this one off of Thingiverse, but I remixed it. I put these windows in, the doorway. I'm going to put some other doors and windows on. I hollowed it out and I put some extra supports in here. Just slightly over an hour. And this printer here, that's the Venture 5M. This printer is my newest one. So I've had 5 3D printers in the past 13 years. The FlashForge is my favorite, and it started with the FlashForge Finder. I got this in the end of 2017 and started really using it a lot in 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I still use it. Believe it or not, it still works. This one here has a glass bed on this one, and it's a little bit harder to get the prints off, and I'll show you some video on that as well. This one here is much nicer. Let's take that off. It has this flexible magnetic bed. Very easy for things to stick to it because it's heated, and very easy to get stuff off of it. It is absolutely awesome. So I have it here in my office right next to my sofa here. And I have both of these printers here. This one's actually on a roller cart. So I have the printer here, and then underneath I have a bunch of filament, I think about 10 rolls. And then below there I have some of my model stuff, my plasters and my paints and other things. So that's what I'm basically doing, is I'm doing a lot of miniature modeling. So what I liked about this printer here is this printer prints 4 times faster. It has that heated build plate. It adheres. The adhesion on this is awesome, and to be able to get the print off is awesome. Printing 4 times faster. It also has resume printing and whatnot. This printer here cost about $265 on sale. I think it's normally around 3 something. This one here I got in 2017, and this one here cost me $250. So in the 7-year difference, 7.5 year difference, it went up only like $15. Let's see here. This is part of a building I worked on. This one actually came off of this one, the FlashForge Finder. So this printer, actually the FlashForge Finder, this red and black one, came out in 2015. So it's actually a decade old piece of machinery, even though I got it in 2017, end of 2017, early 2018. Also made you know, a support, you know, so this would hold up land by either a tunnel portal or a cutaway area, or underneath like a bridge with some water. So yeah, very nice. This has also been printed on this one. The white PLA is pretty much for this printer because it's a lot slower PLA than the stuff I'm using here. I'm using the high-speed PLA over here, though I'm going to try, you know, both the low and high speed in here, but the high speed works a little bit better because it prints 4 times faster. And if you use the non-high speed PLA, it actually only prints about 2.5 times faster. So it does make it print faster. Really nice stuff. Just for raw prints. Obviously we have a lot of painting, other details. I have to put like the little window trims on there and the doors. I have to put a fire engine in there. There's still a lot more to go. I'm gonna light this one up. That's why I put the windows in. So if you're looking to get a 3D printer, you can still buy this one here, the Venture 5M. It's pretty reasonable. It's not the same price I paid for it, but you know what? They have, you know, President's Day sale coming up soon. Maybe you can get it for cheaper. I really like the FlashForge. I've been using FlashForges for over 7 years, and they've been awesome. I've been 3D printing for 13 years, and before this I used the Solid Doodle and Printrbot. They were not as good printers as the FlashForge series. I really like the FlashForge, and that's why I'm using them.